Hey YouTube, this is Prometheus, guys, giving you more of the meta. So I actually want to show you an old school Redzone play that still works today. If a person doesn't have a defense for it, you can jump into this play and it's going to be very hard to stop. I like to hold this play for when I need a score in the red zone or if I need to get a first down. I don't like to spam this play as part of my scheme. I like to save it. So I'm going to show you where I'm actually going to use this. And this guy had no answer for this particular play defensively. Once again, I'm using Chicago Bears as my offense, and I like to use wing close as one of my formations. I also like to use the weak formation. I've been actually jumping into basically the tight Y off flex too, and then I'm using gun trips as my base formation. So he's actually going with kind of like a cub front. And one of the plays I found that's actually pretty good against the cub front for blocking standpoint is basically a duo play. He was able to go ahead and pull his safety down into the box, and that actually caused me an issue. But if he didn't have that pull his safety down, that cub front would have been picked up. So now I'm going to go ahead and jump into kind of my standard play that I like to go ahead and use when I'm seeing a very heavy set. This guy pressed, and there's no safety over the top. All right, so I'm going to use verticals, and I'm going to check to see if I can hit this. If this guy gets past this pressing defensive back, I'm going to take a shot up on that play all the time, and that's going to be my read when I see that. So I like to go ahead and level this too. So if this guy releases and plays deep, usually it's going to be the same side. So I've got this concept where I'm going to be able to hit over the top, and I've got the deep comeback route if he releases. So this is my alerts. This is what I'm looking towards when I've got press coverage and I got no safety help over the top. And you can see this guy gets beat. I just go ahead and just lob the ball up. DJ Moore's able to catch it, and he does not click on to me at all. He's on another defender, and I'm able to go and get a one-play touchdown off of that. So he presses his guys and gets himself in a bind right there, but I'm able to go ahead and get a touchdown. That was like the second play of the series. Score's tied right now, 7-7. He goes into a mug front against me. And one of the things I like to do against a mug front is put this play setup, which essentially is quick outs. And I like to go ahead and do this against any kind of man coverage, but I'm watching defenders to see if they slide out. If they slide out, then I'm going to go ahead and look to the routes underneath on the back side. So you can see this. See how this guy kind of flies out? I can't throw that because he's kind of floating into that zone. So now I'm going to look to the right side of the field, and you can see I actually check it down to that return route. I'm able to go and pick up 6 yards. So that's kind of like a win for me. Now I choose to go and jump into a play that I typically don't run a lot. I've labbed it a bunch. Little check down underneath. Right here I go ahead and get myself a 3rd and inches situation against this guy. No huddle, and I choose to go ahead and jump into a different play, inside zone, out of the doubles play, and he's got 7 in the box. I figured I can get inches. It was a gamble, and basically what happens is that this guy kind of comes in, he gets leverage outside right here, and he just gets me in the backfield. So I try to go wide, and that was just a bad decision. So it's a 4th and 3. I know a huddle out of frustration, and I decided to go ahead and jump into verticals against this, actually go into stick. But you can see everybody's pressed down, and once again, he doesn't have that safety help up top. So I'm like, okay, you're not going to have safety help. I'm going to go ahead and punish you and actually try to hit you over the top. Once again, all I'm going to do is I'm going to watch to see if this guy releases. If he presses and Moore gets over the top of him, I'm just going to lob that ball up against him. And this guy wasn't doing over the top coverage. You can see I get a free release out here, throw the ball up, and get a nice little completion, and he tackles me down on the 16-yard line right there. So get a nice little completion on a 4th and 3. I'm sure he was pretty mad at himself. Now I go off tackle and do a wide zone on the weak side of the field. You get some nice blocking right here. But I go on the inside because he really over pursued the edge and get myself basically 4 yards. Now I jump into the fullback dive, motion this guy out, and he doesn't follow. He gets a guy that follows out there. Now I go with basically the dive play right here, with the fullback. I like to sprinkle that in because it just makes people guess about it. Now, in this type of situation, it's 3rd and 2, and I decided to come out of my favorite red zone money play, which is this play right here. And all I'm doing essentially is reading his defenders. If these guys are lined up straight up on these defenders, a lot of time what's going to happen, I'm going to go ahead and be able to pop that play right here. So I've been showing this guy the run a lot, so it's going to freeze his user. And right here, I'm able to go and pop them right there with that particular play in the red zone. So this is why I love to have this as a play in my back pocket. I don't use it. I don't try not to use it in other parts of the field. I want to use it down in the red zone so I can have it in the back pocket. Now I get a stop down here. I get him into a second, basically get a stop down here on the 1 yard line, and I'm in a similar situation. It's similar to like scoring. I have to get rid of the ball quick. So I choose to go ahead. This guy's playing double A gap pressure, so a lot of times this means that these guys are coming in for a blitz. He's got an incentive to blitz me down in the red zone. So I'm going to go ahead and jump into my red zone play down here, down in on the opposite side of the red zone. And right here, actually, I get a broken tackle. I'm able to go and get to the outside against him. So I don't have any timeouts in this type of situation. So I have to work my clock accordingly. So right here, I go ahead and jump into quick outs, streak up my tight end just to kind of clear out the zone. But I'm really looking and watching this defender. I don't think anybody can get out here to play this because he's so far out. So I'm just going to go ahead and once it gets to the top of the route, I'm going to go ahead and throw the ball. And right here, get a little completion, get another first down, and move the chains. My goal is to get into field goal range more than anything else. So now I go into verticals, and I got a deep comeback route. Right here, he's got off coverage, so I can't throw over the top of this guy. He's got out of pressing, but I watch this defender. If this defender follows, I'm looking for this deep comeback route. If this guy kind of floats away, then I've got basically levels concept. They're going to look over the backside. If I check it down, I check it down, but I'm watching that one defender just to see what he does. You can see he follows, so now I know I've got this route in the backside, which I can actually hit for a deep comeback route. So you can see I hit this, and my guy gets out of bounds, I think. Actually, no, I don't get out of bounds. I just get a bad animation right there. So right here, I'm running the clock down, and I wasn't deliberately trying to do that. I want to try to pick up another 10 yards in this type of situation. I just try to jump into play, just do a little quick out and pick up some yards right there. So I'm thinking, I'm like, should I just try for a field goal? Am I going to give this guy a short field so he can get some points on the board too, or do I try to pick up some more yards? So I decided to come out of outs and see if I can hit this guy with an out play once again. So I quickly snap the ball, and I throw the ball right here, and I get rid of the ball a little bit too early. If I would have waited just a split second, I probably would have had a guy out there, and I would have got a little bit more field goal range. So I no huddle, and I hit the wrong button. I think it was hitting square, and I think it's a different button, but you can see this is a fake field goal or a quick snap, and I actually took a sack right there and missed an opportunity for some points. So score is down. I'm down by 1 point. And my job right now is to chew the clock down as much as possible. So I want to get the ball in the end zone, but I also want to go ahead and make sure I penalize my opponent. So I'm working off of that fullback dive previously right here. And really what I'm using is as a clear out route. I've also got a slant in the backside. But I really want to look to this route right here. And this route was completely a completely naked cover. So it was covered completely, outside leverage. There was just, this is the route I should have been looking for, waiting for, but I got rid of the ball really quick because I've had so much success with throwing that before that I just got rid of the ball, and it was basically just, it was no yardage on that. Now I actually think I go ahead and run the ball, and I get a huge play right here. So I did the read option right there against the double A gap defense, and I get a great run against them, and I'm able to go and get down to the 2-minute warning. And I'm thinking right now, I'm like, okay, I'm in field goal range, so I can if I get another 10 yards, I can actually go ahead and just kind of milk this guy a little bit. I go and jump into another play that I haven't used pretty much at all. Right here, I'm just going to go ahead and set this up. I got a deep comeback route on the backside. I'm reading this defender right here, and if this defender stays onto it, I can make a progression here. I could do the deep comeback route. This should be a streak, or should have left that play stock right here. I quick snapped it. You can see how this guy's sticking. And I just don't like the leverage of this defender right here. He's kind of like inside leverage, and it just took a long time for me to do that. I'm going to go ahead and hit the stop route, and the ball gets knocked out by the defender. It was really good defense by him right there in that type of situation. So right now, second and 10, I decided to hit him with a run play, and this guy really did not have the best run defense. So I actually have a nice little off tackle, quick snap run, and he actually was trying to use her, and I just figured, okay, I'm just going to fall down here because I want to take this guy's timeouts. There's so much time left over. Basically, chew the clock in this type of situation. You want to chew the clock down as much as possible, not give this guy any kind of opportunities whatsoever with the clock. And there goes his first timeout. Back at it again. So right here, I'm going to go with another inside zone play. And I probably could have fought to get in, but I wanted to try to chew that clock up and take another timeout. Now I'd go ahead and jump into the weak formation, and I'm just going to quick snap this fullback dive. Not really give him. Actually, no. This is where I go ahead and play around with this a little bit. So I've shown him the fullback dive, and I'm going to go ahead and look to this flat route as my read. I think I got rid of the ball a little bit quick. And you can see how this guy actually got to the outside, but because he got tackled short, he actually takes another timeout. So 4th and goal. So now I come back to basically the RPO. He struggled with this. The defense that he had just really wasn't in place to stop this. So he hit the RPO once again and get the ball into the end zone. And I'm thinking, okay, this is the 3rd time I hit this guy. He's got no defense. I might as well go for it again because he needs a touchdown. But I want him to put him in a situation that if he tries to go for 2, he can't. The only way he can win the game is that if he tries to go for 2. Otherwise, it's a tie game. Once again, I go ahead and pop that and get him in the end zone. Now he ends up coming up a little bit short against me, but this is how I was running my offense. I wanted to share this with you and why you want to have that type of play in your back pocket offensively. It's just a really good play. It's out of the Chicago Bears playbook, and it's that tight end flat, RPO. Just a really good play to have in your back pocket. So once again, guys, thank you for your support. Until next time.